Here comes your pre-market summary for Friday, January 20th. Back in positive territory once again this morning, coming off yet another day to the downside on Thursday. We had the Dow actually go negative on the year on Thursday, coming off another pretty steep decline that was led once again by tech shares for the most part and the NASDAQ. Here's how things are setting up. So far this morning, 0.32 back to the upside, 0.05 there. The Dow struggling once again. It is the NASDAQ trying to bounce here, 0.74. Led primarily by Netflix, obviously coming off that blowout report aftermarket yesterday. Right across the board, things looking pretty good for Netflix. We'll talk about it in depth here coming up this morning. 0.42 for crude oil so far today, 0.8 about for Bitcoin, 0.9 right now for Ethereum back to the upside. First thing of note, we have a full schedule of Fed speakers coming through this morning and throughout the entire day today, just to make everyone aware. Lagarde set to speak, Harker set to speak, Elderson, Walker as well. So will be a busy day as far as Fed speakers are concerned. That's how the overall market's setting up. 2 days in a row back to the downside we go, but trying to bounce, as I mentioned this morning. NASDAQ in focus. Hey, let's have a look at the Qs, shall we? A little bit weaker than the overall S&P 500 on the daily time frame for the Qs, but back downside once again this morning, trying to bounce, coming off that decent report for Netflix. Alphabet with its own catalyst as well. We'll get into that a little bit later on. Netflix, though, nice look here this morning, up about 6% pre-market, coming off a better than expected subscriber growth number in their report. EPS, however, did miss expectations, so a bit of a catalyst could possibly be positive for Netflix today. Let's talk about Tesla here as well. Tesla price cuts in China, well received so far. Demand continuing to rise, apparently, according to Wedbush, with a positive note on Tesla this morning, back to the upside. We got that discouraging retail data earlier in the week. Nordstrom's comes out, cuts their forecast both for revenue and profit for the entire year, following Macy's, who did the same thing a little bit earlier in the month. Google's parent, joining Amazon, Microsoft this week. 12,000 layoffs announced this morning for Alphabet. So we're up about 3% right now for Google shares here in the pre-market. Schlumberger reported earnings, not a lot of volume, but SLB moving around here in this GNS, Genius Group, still doing crazy things this morning. We'll talk about that as well. That's the wrong chart. That's the ADR over in the UK. But GNS, I should say, I'll get it right, on the NASDAQ, doing crazy things this morning in the pre-market. Guys, grab the watch list if you haven't done so already. Use that QR code, bottom of the screen. We'll see you shortly on TraderTV.Live.